Well, hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel. No fancy explanations, no big comeback repackaging or anything like that. It is what it is with Dodgee Gamer. Join me for a nice Sunday morning drive. Take you back a bit before we hit the road properly. As you see, I've already been playing this game. If you go back to some of my early videos on the channel, you'll see a couple of series there for Euro Truck Simulator 2, which were recorded around the time the Italia DLC came out last year. Not my best videos, not compared to now. I'll talk about that a bit later as well, but you can still go back and watch them if you want. Here you can see my profile. I'm a level 13 driver, closing in on 20,000 XP. Got about 100,000 euros in the bank. I've bought my own garage, that's in Birmingham, England, and I've just got my one truck, this Euro truck that you see in the middle of the screen. And here you see the profile picture I chose. I think there's kind of a resemblance there. I mean, I don't need to become like some of the big YouTubers who have their photo put in the game. They've already got a guy here who kind of looks like me. So you join me on the road here. We're leaving Oslatin, I think it's called, in Poland. It's kind of central Poland. And we're heading out for our first journey into the new area of Beyond the Baltic Sea. We have got a job. A job's popped up here, one of the external World of Trucks contracts to deliver a load of pet food to Lithuania, to Vilnius, the capital. So off we go. Okay, so I'm going to use this video as an opportunity to kind of talk you through some updates while I try not to get a speeding fine, excuse me. Going to be talking about, first of all, what we're doing here. What is this new series, this Sunday Drive series? Where I've been, I'll address that as well, do not worry. And what are the plans, what are the upcoming plans for the channel in terms of the kind of content you can expect and the frequency you can expect from me. But here we go, we're arriving at the depot to pick up our pet food, so we're just going to hook up the trailer. Let's get ourselves in here, there we go. Let me just spin this truck around and then we'll back it up. Now, I'm no big expert truck simulator driver. I don't have a fancy setup with the wheel and the pedals and everything. I'm using the Steam controller. That's all, but you know, that's enough for me. Oops. Okay, you're going to see this kind of thing a lot, where I forget what gear I'm in and I drive forwards instead of backwards. We'll probably hit some things on the way. We'll crunch some barriers. We'll get some speeding tickets. If you come in here for a perfect, smooth drive, well, you've come to the wrong place. However, I did nicely get set up for coupling the trailer. Okay, off we go. So it's going to take 6 hours, 43 minutes of game time, so you're going to have plenty of time to catch up with me. I hope you just buckle in and enjoy the ride. Alright, now I did buy this truck in the UK, of course, so we're on a right-hand drive, driving on the right-hand side of the road. We'll manage somehow. So what are we doing here? Well, Euro Truck Simulator, why are we playing this? First of all, as I mentioned earlier, if you go back, this is where my channel began, with Truck Simulator videos. This was where I cut my teeth, my content creator teeth, so to speak. I did kind of use American Truck Simulator and Euro Truck Simulator last year just as a way to get used to the whole idea of content creation. Get used to, you know, narrating a video, talking to the camera. I'm sure if you go back to those earlier videos, they're not that great. I have had a little look at them myself, particularly the first ones where I didn't really know what I was doing as far as editing went and things like that. So that's all a bit weird. Ooh, let's get on the right side of the road, which is actually the right side of the road. I think I've improved. The audio's improved, certainly, both in terms of I've got the better equipment, so better quality sound. I know a bit more about how to manage the settings in OBS and so on. I mean, I'm no expert, but I think I've definitely improved. And also, I think I know a bit more about how to talk and how to use my voice. So, anyway, it's kind of, we're getting back into Euro Truck Simulator 2 a bit. we've got the new expansion out, Beyond the Baltic Sea, so I always like to have a look at those. You know, I did a whole long series last year exploring the new Italia map. That's the only area of the map actually that I've fully explored. I've done a lot more of American Truck Simulator. I have also got the Oregon DLC for that, so that may feature as part of the Sunday Drive. Now the Sunday Drive, it's not going to be like I did with the Italia DLC, where I had the All Roads Lead to Rome, and then I had the Italian Jobs series there. It's not going to be like that. I'm not going to, you know, do a whole series where I'm going to explore the entire map or anything like that. I'm just going to dip in and out of the game. I'm going to use this as a chance to talk to you, my viewers, get your feedback on things, and tell you what we're doing, what the direction of the channel is, and so on. So the idea is we just kind of have a relaxing Sunday drive. It's not necessarily only going to be Truck Simulator games either. I do have a couple of other driving games in my Steam library. We've got Spin Tires, for example. That could be one we use. I think I've got a Formula 1 game kicking around somewhere. What was it? Was it Formula 1 2015 that was given away free on Humble Bundle not so long ago? So I have that kicking around in my Steam library. And I've got a couple of other driving games too. We could even include something like a Grand Theft Auto game in here, because there's plenty of driving to be done in that. So we'll be cruising around, cruising along the roads. Hopefully you're going to buckle in and join me. As I said earlier, that could be a nice strap line for this actually, couldn't it? And we'll just catch up and have a chat. So I've never really been into Eastern Europe much in Euro Truck Simulator before. I've mainly done the UK, Belgium, Holland, parts of Germany and France, and then Italy, of course, explored that extensively. So Poland is new for me. The Baltic states are certainly going to be new for me. I'm always curious to see what the new parts of the map look like, because on SCS Software, I think they do a fantastic job of just making those different regions of the map look and feel different, and that's true both for Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator. When you pass from state to state there, and when you pass from country to country here, you really notice just the difference in the, you know, the lay of the land, the style of architecture of the buildings, the vegetation, the geography, the topography, and all that. So big hats off. Wait a minute. Big hats off to SCS Software for all the good work they're doing here. So yes, I said I'd talk a bit about why I've kind of been offline for the last, 6 weeks or so. You may remember there was a period earlier in October when I didn't put out many videos, and it was basically because of work being very busy. And the same is true again. The last time I was putting out videos regularly was when I had half term at my school, so obviously then I had a lot of free time and I was able to get videos out, record quite a bit of content within a week there. But once I got back to work, plenty of things to be doing again, and I'm not complaining, but my job is a bit demanding, and I regularly find probably at least 3 nights a week. Oh, just got a speeding ticket. This caught me out a bit on my way here actually. When the tunnels come up, I think it seems in the Polish system the speed limit drops, and then I kept getting caught out by it. Anyway, where was I? Yes, I was talking about work. So I'm not complaining, but I do have to work long hours sometimes, and usually it's 2 or 3 nights a week when I might not get home until 8:30, something like that, and you know, then the kids are off to bed and stuff like that. So I don't really have the energy to be recording videos when I come home after a 12-hour stint at work. Oh, not another speeding ticket. Okay. I need to use the cruise control until the speed limit goes back up, and then immediately it goes right back up. Fantastic. Yeah, so I don't always have the energy to record when I get home after one of those long days, and then the evenings when I don't have to stay that late, it's not really fair on the family, on the kids, to then say, well, alright, I'm off to record, see you later, as we bounce over the rail tracks. So that's kind of why I haven't been recording too much. It's been a combination of either not having the energy and the time, or having some free time, but prioritizing, of course, spending that with my family, because I'm spending these long days at work, going in on Saturdays sometimes. So, you know, if... Right. Cruise control, come on. Okay, we can go at 45, that's fine. Yeah, so go. It's going to drop again. I'm watching out for this one. If it drops as we get towards this tunnel, I've got my finger ready on the brake trigger. Alright, no, we're going through at 43. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Higher balloon up there. You can just see that. Just over the wing mirror there. Very nice touch. So yeah, that's why I haven't been recording really. And then when we do get to the point where I haven't had to do any extra work on a particular day, and I spent time with the family, and then I do have a bit of free time, well, first of all you think, well, I don't want to just go and record one video and then think, well, I might not be able to record another video for another week. And then also sometimes, you know, I do enjoy creating videos for YouTube, but I also enjoy just gaming for fun, for pleasure. So got the PlayStation. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption there. The good thing with that is also in terms of spending time with the family. I think I've mentioned before, my wife's a gamer, so we will sit and play Red Dead Redemption together. Sometimes we let my older son sit in on a play session with us. That's one thing I would say. I know a lot of people are concerned about their kids and how much time they may spend gaming these days. One piece of advice I always give to other parents is, you know, if you think your kid's spending a lot of time alone playing video games, spend a bit of time with them playing video games. Sit down with them, let them talk you through the game they're playing. You have a go as well. You can kind of play together and stuff like that. That's where I really like having a PlayStation or any kind of console at home, really, because I think consoles just lend themselves much more to that kind of multiplayer cooperative play, or pass and play, as you just pass the controller around, much more so than a PC or a laptop, which tends to be a much more personal device and doesn't really have that same kind of community element, if you can say community, when it's two people playing together. Anyway, there's a bit of a parenting tip for you thrown in as a bonus on our Sunday drive today. Play games together with your kids. So, as we are continuing to wind our way through the Polish countryside, whilst trying to stay on the right side of the law, I think I've probably cost myself about 3,000 euros in speeding fines so far, which is going to take away about half of the money I'm going to earn off this job. So that dream of expanding the garage, owning a second truck, hiring a driver is even further away at the moment. But anyway, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. So this is what we're doing. We managed to get past that without any incident. Luckily, no traffic coming the other way. I do experience frame rate drops from time to time. Got a turn here. Again, lucky that there was nothing else coming. The road layout seems a bit strange here. I assume, as we go over the speed limit again, had we gone straight there, there'd be a bridge or a tunnel involved somewhere. Okay, red light this time. Fantastic. I'm set to lose money on this job. I did say at the start, I think I did, because I had to redo the start a few times. I did say at the start that this kind of stuff would happen. There'd be speeding tickets and red light tickets and car crash offence tickets and all that kind of stuff. If you want a smooth driving experience, you should try another channel. Don't try another channel. Stay here. Stick here. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Leave a comment. All that lovely stuff. Okay, let's carefully make our way around this junction. Obviously, we can't go through the invisible barrier. It's not really invisible because we can see the floating crosses. Ah, good. This guy's letting us through. You're letting us through, aren't you? Even if you weren't, you are now. Lovely stuff. Okay, we're back on the road. We got another turning coming up, and then 3.5 hours to go of game time. We're still in Poland, I believe. We haven't made it to the Baltic states yet. We will soon. We will soon. I did go for the entire Baltic bundle, so I've got the Baltic paint jobs and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why, because I generally don't use those. But, you know, for completeness sake, I don't actually have many other paint job packs for this, because they do add up, don't they? Anyway, I did have this in mind. I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to have time this week, and generally over the next few weekends I'm going to have time to be able to set up a Sunday drive video. I had this idea for the series. So I had a bit more time than I have had in previous weeks during this last week, so I decided to set everything up. And my truck was still in the UK in my garage in Birmingham, so I set myself a task of doing a series of delivery jobs to keep taking myself east, with the plan that when this expansion drops, I'm going to be ready to record the video. So I did that, and I did 4 or 5 jobs, you know, Birmingham to, I think it was Rotterdam, and then I did like Rotterdam into Germany, did a job across Germany, and then Germany into Poland. And then the game updated, and I logged in, and I got a message saying, new game version detected. And it said any outstanding jobs have been completed, and if you had any unfinished jobs, you know, no cost to you, we've cancelled it. Okay, that didn't really affect me. And then they said, and your truck has been returned to a safe place. So I logged in. My safe place turned out to be my one and only garage back in Birmingham. So in the 36 hours or whatever it is at the time I'm recording since the expansion pack dropped, I have recreated that journey across Europe. Just went for the longest jobs I could find that were going more or less directly east, and earlier today I got as far as Oślatin or whatever the place was called in central Poland, and then started looking for my jobs. Didn't end there though. The drama did not end there, because then, of course, I needed a job that would take me into a new area of the map. So I had a look, and there were a couple of jobs available. One was going into Kaliningrad, that Russian enclave, so I set myself up for that. I recorded an intro for that. I had everything ready to roll. And then when I started the game, my driver was super tired. So I took him to a rest stop, and then drove to the pickup point, again recorded a bit more of the video, and then I discovered that the job had expired. I guess in the time that my driver was having his kip, the time to collect the trailer passed, so that job had gone, and there were no other jobs available for anywhere in the new areas of the map. The only option I had was a drive to Sweden, which would involve going through Kaliningrad and Estonia and then taking a ferry across, but I don't know, I thought it's a bit silly to then just end up in one of the previous parts of the map that was already in existence. So I had to log off the game, leave it for an hour or two, and then I did find a new job and I drove there, but then it was getting dark and I thought, well, don't want to be showing off new parts of the map driving through the night. So I then had to, you know, just go into rest mode again to come back to the following morning, and then of course again I couldn't find any jobs going into the Baltic states, so again I logged off, and then finally just about 10-15 minutes ago I spotted a job there for Vilnius in Lithuania, and here we are on the road on our way, 2 hours to go. So yeah, I love these games. I love the work SCS Software have done, but I have to say, come on, sort out that thing of sending the truck back to its nearest garage. Think of those people who only have the one garage and that's on the opposite end of the map, and you know what you end up doing to them. Worked out nicely for me on American Truck Simulator with the Oregon DLC, because my garage is in San Francisco, so it was just a couple of short deliveries north through California to get there. But in this case, didn't work out very well for me. Anyway, I said I was going to talk about future plans for the channel. Haven't really done that yet, apart from plugging this Sunday Drive series. So I have another series coming up, a regular series, and this is going to be retro games. I've got quite a few retro games in my Steam library. I tend to buy them when they're on Steam sale. A classic game that I have fond memories of, such as Monkey Island, or Broken Sword, or a game that I really wanted to play when it was originally released but for some reason couldn't, either because I didn't have the particular console it was released on, or just I never got round to buying that game, and that would be things like Final Fantasy X and so on. So I have lots of those piled up in my Steam library, and I've hardly played any of them. So that's the plan. I'm going to go with a Retro Wednesday, so I definitely have time at the weekend. I can record a couple of driving videos, I can record an episode or so of a retro game and get those edited up, and you know, one out on a Sunday, one out on a Wednesday. So that's the plan for the time being. Now you may be wondering, what about Football Manager? Because Football Manager, although it wasn't the original game I featured on the channel, it does form the bulk of the historic content on my channel. Well, the thing is with Football Manager, and I've heard many other content creators talk about this as well, if you're putting out, even if you're putting out quite a light schedule, like let's say 2 episodes a week, the thing is with the way Football Manager goes, you have to play off camera between episodes. So if I put out an episode on a Monday, let's say, and it's the start of the season, it's August, we go through the transfers, we feature the first match or 2 from the season, then the next episode is not going to be the start of September, it's probably going to be something more like October. Ooh, watch the speed. Probably going to be something more like October, and you know, then you've got to spend your time in the evenings between recordings to get through to that point. So it is very much time consuming. I can't really guarantee at the moment that I'm going to have enough time to do that, which is a shame. I really want to get into Football Manager 2019. The Stoke save, I left it hanging. We just got to the end of October on that. We only got 3 episodes out. I'd love to do more, take that through to a full season. I did have plans for more Breaking the Big 3. It's just time. I don't have time to do that. Whereas something like Euro Truck Simulator I can dip in and out of. It doesn't really matter to the viewer how far I've advanced in the game between episodes, or if I switch to another game. It's not really that big a deal. So I think it's just better for me to be doing this at the moment. If I want to be able to put out a couple of videos a week, this is the way I'm going to be able to do it. I can't really guarantee I can do that with Football Manager at the moment. We do have our Christmas holidays coming up. Got a very generous 3 weeks off work, a little bit longer if you count the weekends that bookend it. So there possibly will be time, although we will be traveling over Christmas. We'll be going to see my in-laws in Turkey again, so again, you can't really guarantee that there's definitely going to be recording time, as we've got a bit of a slow driver in front of us. So yeah, Football Manager 2019, I do want to do a series with it, and I probably will do a series with it. I just don't know exactly when it's going to start. Possibly in the new year. Possibly in the new year, once Christmas is over and I'm back here, I'm back at work, and I can see, you know, maybe a week's of the new term has passed, and we can see what my work schedule is going to be like and how often I'm going to have to work late and so on. Then I can look into starting a Football Manager save. Also, we'll see how you guys like the Sunday Drive series and the Retro series, because if those prove to be popular, then also I've got to think about, well, if I do Football Manager, I might not have time for either of those. If these turn out to be dead in the water and no one's really watching them, I'll happily switch back to Football Manager. We'll see how it goes. As for what exactly I'm going to do, I do still have that Breaking the Big 3 idea in mind. The thing is there, I did pick a club, and there was a specific reason why I chose the club. I wanted to start in Portugal, start in the 2nd division, 3rd tier, so we'd have to build the career up. But I also wanted to do something a bit more out there, so I'd chosen a club from the Azores. I don't believe it. That was 56. That was 56, and then it suddenly dropped to 50. No worse than the traffic police here in Kazakhstan, I tell you. And I chose Pariense, I think is how you say the name. They're a club from the Azores. They're down in the 2nd division. Now, Kegman Plays, if you're familiar with his channel, I'll put a link in the description. Here we go. We've discovered Vilnius. We've discovered our first city in the Baltics, so we're nearly there now. Oh, come on. Yeah. Alright, this job has officially cost me money. At least I did not get a red light ticket there. Yeah, anyway, check out Kegman Plays. He has set up a hot seat challenge, and the club that was chosen for that was the same club that I was going to use. So if I still go with Portugal, I might choose a different club. We'll see. Red light. Let's stop. Anyway, we'll see there. The other thing is I'm keeping an eye on the Steam Workshop. I've noticed Klassen has resurfaced. If you're not familiar with Klassen's work, he produces pretty good quality, like bug-free, generally bug-free additional leagues. He's been doing it for a few years, since the whole league editor was added in to the game. So I know that he's done Europe already. He says he's moving on to South America next. And in the past he has then added international competitions, the ones that are not featured in the game. Now, viewers of the channel will remember the International Manager of Mystery, so I've got an eye on that. I'm keeping an eye on what Klassen's doing, because if he does produce the international competitions again, I know from past experience that the International Journeyman is a save that can be done in limited time, because you play fewer games as an international manager, but you can still make quick progress. So that's something I'm keeping an eye on. We may well see a return of the International Manager of Mystery. Depends if those files are available or not. If they're not, then we'll look into a one club save, or perhaps a club journeyman, something like that. Whatever it is, I hope you'll join me for it. Okay, bit of a dodgy driver, a bit of an overly cautious driver, shall we say there. I haven't hit anything yet, which is pretty surprising for me. I often do not get through a delivery without hitting something, or having something hit me. But unfortunately, I have lost a hell of a lot of money through those speeding tickets. 5, was it 5 or 6? And then we got a red light as well. So we're looking at 6,000–7,000 euros. I think when I selected this job, it's only going to pay about that much anyway. It's something like 6,800 euros. So I'm pretty much doing this one for free. Yeah, I did start this video on 97,900, something like that. I'm now on 91,577. Not very good. It's a relaxing Sunday drive, but it's bloody expensive. Anyway, we're going to take a right here, and then we've got the fun of trying to park. Red light, so I'm just going to wait for that. Yeah, again, if you go and look at some of the previous videos I've done in these truck simulator games, I do have some where I made some comedy attempts. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the turning. Deary me, I'm not paying attention. I have had some comedy attempts at reverse parking with the trailer. Usually don't end well, and would usually add about, on average, an extra 5 minutes to each video. So probably not going to do that today, because it has been quite a long journey. So we're just going to pull in here, and we won't go for the automatic parking option, but we'll just go for the easy parking option. That's, yeah, we'll play it safe. We'll play it safe. Now, can I get across this junction accident free? I think so. Don't see anything. Oh, okay. Luckily he was turning. Or she. Could have been he or she. I could not tell. Shouldn't jump to any conclusions. Alright, there we go. So, let's play it safe. Alright, nice parking job coming up. We are just going to make our way to the unloading area. So, I hope you've enjoyed this Sunday drive with me. And I hope you're sticking with the channel. Even though I haven't been around for a while, and even though I'm not doing Football Manager content at the moment. There we go, pet food delivered, so the dogs and cats of Vilnius can keep themselves satisfied, I guess. Yes, so I hope you've enjoyed that, and you're going to stick with the channel, even though I haven't been releasing videos much recently, and even though I'm not going to be on Football Manager so much, as I've explained. Please drop me a comment, let me know what you think of the Sunday driving series, what you think about the possibility of a retro series, and what you think I should be doing in terms of Football Manager 2019 if I get round to it. Do you want me to finish the Stoke save, or would you like me to move on to other things? And just generally, you know, let me know that you're still here and you're still watching. And hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgee Gamer. I'll see you on the road again soon.